We just watched a movie in class.
Mr. President, one of our spy planes just over Siberia picked up concerning levels of radioactivity.
So the Soviets have the bomb now too, huh?
I'm afraid it seems so.
This is why we need a space program.
How about we just nuke them? There has to be a more diplomatic solution.
Quiet. Sergeant, notify the CIA and find out who sold our nuclear secrets. Smith, we need to get that hydrogen bomb project on double time. We can't have those Soviets get ahead, else we'd have no chance of containing them.
Yeah, nukes.
Oh my god, you're a bunch of idiots. Well, what are you waiting for? You're dismissed.
The atomic bomb, Mr. Kolev, it worked. We may get that space program after all. Indeed, Sokolov, but I don't dream of destruction. I fear Stalin's hatred for America has set us down the wrong path. What do you mean, sir? We are still several years behind the Americans, yes. I fear Stalin won't stand for that. Too much of our efforts would be devoted to creating chaos instead of exploring the unknown, pioneering scientific discoveries. What other options do we have, sir? Mr. Sokolov, you disappoint me, but I fear you may be right. Khrushchev, the R-7 rocket is not yet ready for military exploitation. Why not? You've wasted too much time with this project. You've wasted 5 rockets. But sir, it is ready for this, Mr. Khrushchev. What is it, Kolev? Sputnik 1, sir, equipped with radar transmitters and batteries to last it at least 2 weeks in orbit. I believe it is absolutely crucial to our developments. And for the scared Americans, I'm sure. And for you, send him to the gulag. But don't worry about him, he'll be fine. As for you, we better hurry if you want to see your family again. Here they are. Sputnik 1. Is that the first man-made object in space, Mr. Eisenhower? What's next? The first animal in space, the first human in space, the first object on the moon, the first photograph of the dark side of the moon, the first space rover, the first... Okay, I get it. We need a space program. We will get the first man on the moon. Call it NASA or something. Kennedy will take care of it. Who's Kennedy? Look, we're on the moon. How did we get on the moon? I don't know. Okay, that's the end. Still have like a minute and a half left of this video. It's really difficult to film in stop motion, especially for a whole 5 minutes. So I'm just going to go over some stuff that was in the video. Like, there were a couple of names that you might have noticed. Of course, the presidents, Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, all real people, of course, and very important in their own way to the space race. The space race was really like an arms race between the Soviet Union and the USA, because all the technology that could be used for space exploration could also have military purposes, as was was kind of like transitioned to in the first act, right, with the atomic bomb, and Korolev, who was a real Soviet scientist, who was part of the creation of the intercontinental ballistic missile, and the R-7, which was the rocket that brought the first satellite, Sputnik 1, into space. Additionally, there was a conversation in Act 2 between Khrushchev and a military officer about one of the R-7 rockets. And at that point, in 1957,
there was a couple of tests with the R7 that had been successful to get into outer space, but the dummy warheads which were put on the rockets would not come down intact. So, not useful as a missile, but they had an R7 ready to go, so they just decided to put the satellite on it instead. The official beginning of the space race was the Soviet launch of Sputnik 1, and several Soviet accomplishments, happened after, until finally the USA decided to establish NASA. I mean, it wasn't too far after, but it was, I mean, the Soviets had already gone a long ways before the Americans even decided they wanted to, compete for this. And eventually, like I said, the termination of the space race was considered to be landing on the moon by the U.S., which I'm pretty sure everyone knows. Anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching.